Okay, let's start out with these one-step problems. V minus 10 equals negative 24. What we're doing is we're looking at what's happening to V. V has 10 being subtracted from it. We need to undo this with its inverse operation. First, we write everything that's there, and then we say, what's the inverse operation of minus 10? It's plus 10. That's what undoes it. So we take what's there on the left-hand side, plus 10. What's there on the right-hand side, plus 10. If you do it to one side, you do it to the other. And then these two terms are inverses and cancel out, leaving you just V. And here, watch your positive and negatives. Negative 24 plus 10 is negative 14. Put a box around it. Write proof. V minus 10 equals negative 24. That's the original equation. Now we substitute in the original, for the variable into the original equation, what the variable is worth. We do that in parentheses always. Negative 14 minus 10 equals negative 24, and we are keeping both sides separate and just saying we're going to simplify this negative 14 minus 10 into negative 24, and it happens to match that, which means we have our correct number. Check. Okay, now we've got problem number 2, which is t divided by negative 6 equals 4. What's happening to t? It's being divided by negative 6. What's the inverse operation of divided by negative 6? Times negative 6. So we take everything that's there. When we're multiplying by negative 6. We write everything that was on the left-hand side inside parentheses. And outside to the left, we multiply by negative 6. Same thing here, equals what we're multiplying by comes first, and then everything that was on that side in parentheses. The reason that we do this is if you can imagine if we wrote t minus 6 and then wrote here minus 6 to multiply, that's not actually minus 6. Okay, in other words, if we were to say, instead of writing that, we said all of that times negative 6, that's really subtracting 6. You might mean to be multiplying by negative 6, but that's actually subtracting 6. So get that out of there. Okay. This is how we do it. We multiply by the number on the left-hand side of the parentheses where everything goes inside. Now, these are inverse operations, cancel out. The whole point of choosing to multiply by negative 6 is that it undoes divided by negative 6. So this is undone, and this is used up, well, to undo it. We begin with t. Negative 6 times 4, negative 24. When we do a proof, we write the original equation unchanged, and then inside the parentheses, we write what that variable is equal to. We believe it's equal to negative 24, so we substitute it in there. Okay, what's on the right-hand side is just a 4. That will come down the whole time. We're not doing anything to that. It just stays that single number on the right-hand side, and this is what gets simplified. Negative 24 divided by negative 6. Negative divided by negative is positive. 24 divided by 6 is 4. So this is positive 4. That equals 4. Great. Okay, last problem on this. Okay. This one's interesting. We are undoing this multiplied by 3/4. It's 3/4 p equals 12, being multiplied by 3/4. And we've learned this technique. In order to undo this times 3/4, you multiply by the reciprocal. The reciprocal means to flip a fraction 4/3. So we're going to multiply both sides by 4/3. We write what we're multiplying by first to the left-hand side, and then parentheses, everything that's on this side, in this case negative 3/4 p, goes in the parentheses, equals, we're multiplying by the exact same number on the right-hand side, 4/3, and what was already there in parentheses. Okay, so 4/3 times all of that equals 4/3 times all of that. And the reason that we chose to do this is because when we multiply fractions, we multiply top times top, numerator times numerator, and bottom times bottom, denominator times denominator. And what we get is 4 times 3, or 12, over 3 times 4, or 12. 12 over 12p, 12 over 12 equals 1, of course, so 1p, we just write it p. On this side, and this is interesting, if you want to multiply a whole number by a fraction, you multiply by the numerator and divide by the denominator. Okay, so we could do it in that order. 4 times 12 is 48, and then have 48 divided by 3, if you know what that is. But an easier way is to first do the division, if it divides evenly, because watch what happens. 12 divided by 3 is 4, and now 4 times 4 is 16. That's P, what's left here, equals 16. 12 divided by 3 is 4. 4 times 4 is 16. So we believe P equals 16. So we write the original equation unchanged, 3/4 P equals 12, and then substitute inside the parentheses, wherever there's a variable, we put the value of the variable, in this case 16. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing over here, equals 12, by the way. So over here, we're going to do the same thing. We could multiply by 3 first, or we could divide by 4 first. Let's divide it by 4. 16 divided by 4 is 4. 4 times 3 is 12. So this multiplies to 12, equals 12, check. And one way to think about this is if we took 16 and split it up into 4 equal groups, there would be 4 in each group, 4 groups of 4 with those 16. And we're going to use 3 of those groups of 4. 3 of those 3 groups of 4 is 12. Yep, there you go.